while I've got some time driving down this little road, there's no traffic, I figured I would make a little video. I'm trying to keep up with them. I'm so bad about it, I know, but I wanted to talk to you guys about, all the little things I do to make money. And one of the things that I do is I try to partner up with people for different business endeavors. I like buying into things, and so anytime I can make some passive income and the investment seems like something I'm interested in, or the business plan makes sense, I really like to kind of buy into that. It might be something small as just buying a piece of a therapy equipment or something for a friend that's starting a therapy business, and then just trading out, whatever percentages that piece of equipment makes. And a lot of that goes on trust. You have to trust that someone's telling the truth on what they're charging and how many horses they're working on or whatever. But one of the major sources of passive income that I've kind of invested in is the Stallion Incentives. And you don't have to start, at the pink buckle level and have $25,000 to pay in every year. But, there's so many different incentives, and you don't have to have a stallion. So a friend of mine had a stallion that was really nice. I had bred to that stallion. I believed in him. And he passed, and we had a chance to enroll him into the Breeders' Challenge, which is one of the major players for Stallion Incentives. And so, we partnered in on that. And then, anytime those babies won money that year, because our contract is good for a year because he had passed, anytime his babies won money at those qualifying events, we got mailbox money off of their earnings. We've since bought into another Stallion Incentive called Tomorrow's Legends. It's very similar to Future Fortunes, but the payout is a lot better, I believe, for the stallion owners. And it seems like almost every event, whether it's Futurity or the Open, has 25,000 added, and you don't pay an entry fee to those. If you have one of those babies, you just show up and run at that 25,000 added, like a carryover type situation, side pot situation. And then the breeder and the nominator and of course the rider, if you place, you get money, and the stallion owner get money. And it doesn't have to be me competing. So passive income is income that you make, quote unquote, while you sleep. It doesn't necessarily have to be while you sleep, but what it is money that you make that someone else is doing the work, and you don't have to do anything except make an investment. And I really, really appreciate that. Another form of passive income could be renting your horse trailer out for the weekend, like Airbnb-ing a place, or maybe letting somebody lease a broodmare, maybe somebody leasing your barrel horse for some rodeos or something they want to go to and paying you mount money. You should always follow up with really, really good contracts, work with people that you trust, with a million gazillion references, but that is passive income. So one of the forms of passive income that I have is I like to invest in the Stallion Incentives, anybody who wants to partner up in those, or I like to play in the stock market a little bit. It's not the way that it was when Trump was president. I felt like things were just basically on a steady climb, and it's not that it's doing poorly now, it's just that you're not, literally every day that I looked in my portfolio, I had made money with Trump. And it's up and down, and more down than up some days, unless you're investing in some green things. So I have 3 companies that I invest in right now in the stock market. They're constantly climbing only because they're getting government subsidies and things like that, because they're green companies. And so it really just depends on the president. But these 3 companies, the reason I invested in them also happened from the 1990 until now. They actually continued to grow through different presidents, and so it didn't matter if there was Democrats or Republicans or what views those were. These companies have continued to grow no matter who was the president. And so I like to invest in companies like that. You can invest in partial. You don't have to have a whole share. You can do partial shares with a company called Stockpile. Stockpile is basically how I learned to trade a little bit deeper. The only thing I don't like about it is you don't have stops. A stop is where if a share falls in value so much, you can put a stop on it and it will automatically sell your shares instead of letting it continue to fall and lose money. That's the only thing I don't like about Stockpile. But it is so simple to learn how to trade, and you can, Tesla's like $1,300 or something like that. Say you really like Tesla and you want to invest in it and you only have $50. That's okay. You can buy partial shares with stockpile.com, and that's where I learned to trade. And then, little things that I got interested in as I learned about it, I would invest. And I ran barrels on my stocks last year. And I know that that's not really what you're supposed to do. Like, they're meant for like long-term growth, but they have growth stocks, and they also have stocks that you make money in, like right now. And those right now stocks, like Tesla was at the time, I got in at 400. It's 1,300 now. And so basically what I would do is every couple months I would just sell some stock, take $500 or $600, go run barrels on it, let it grow, sell some stock. And I was diversified. Right now I'm not. I'm basically in the green companies because that seems to be what's steadily growing right now. But they're companies that have continued to grow throughout all the administrations. So another way that you can make passive income is to have people work for you. So say you back someone. Like, I live in West Texas. We have a lot of oil companies around here, and one of the big things is like food trucks and like burrito trucks, and people sell like burritos and stuff like that out of the trunk of their car, like tamales, all the things. And so I don't mind like calling someone and being like, hey, I offered this to my sister who cooks really well. Like, I'll give you $200 to go buy groceries, and I just want my 200, like at the end of the week, whatever you sell, like give me or the month even, because a week would be rough, but like a month, like give me that $200 back plus 10% of whatever you made selling burritos and breakfast stuff. She's a really good cook, and see if that's something that you want to do. She didn't take me up on that, but she should have. She really, really should have, because food trucks have completely exploded in this last 2 or 3 years. Gotten really, really popular. So that is passive income. That is one of my sources of income. That is the one that I don't have to show up for every single day. These make me money, quote unquote, while I sleep, or I don't have to be an active participant in them. My online store is the same way. I have a store online, and basically I pay Shopify to run my website, control my orders, print my orders, ship my orders, and track my orders. I pay them like $40 a month to do all that, which is nothing. And I make sure that I'm constantly designing product and posting it and advertising it, and they take care of the rest. So any orders that are ordered overnight, I wake up in the morning, I check my orders, I approve them, and then I don't have to mess with it anymore. And so Shopify, Printify, those are some really good passive income sources if you are a person who is like creative, and wants to make things and print things. So my Courtney Taylor Clinic store is another form of passive income that I have, and it's probably the one that makes the least amount of money, honestly. I don't up my prices very much. I basically did it to have my brand around and for myself, so that I could easily print things, order samples, and take those to barrel races, or like I do in my clinics, you know, design a shirt and make sure that everyone that buys a clinic gets a t-shirt. Everybody is, my t-shirts, no joke, and my tank tops are some of the softest, most comfortable material you'll ever wear in your life. So even if you hate my guts, I know that if you wear my shirt, it'll probably quickly become one of your favorites, and you will continue to wear my name around, whether you like me or hate me. And so that's the plan, and it works. It really, really does work. So those are just some forms of passive income that I have, and I wanted to share. And I will continue to post these little videos of how I make extra money, and it keeps me from having to work behind a desk and ask off to go to barrel races. And I hope that if that is something you're interested in, I can help you too.